break, everyone.
There's a Classical Honor Society meeting tomorrow.
Students first.
Okay, so Beamont people, some of you still need to turn in your position paper. Your permission slips, your permission slips. So make sure to get those in to me as soon as possible. Also, there's an online waiver. I'll email out a link to do those, and they're due by February 13th.
So we also need them before we go. So same time as you turn your permission slip, please turn in the waiver. Second thing is the position papers for Beamont are due next Monday, 1 week from today. Everyone needs to write one if you're going. It really helps a lot. We're going to have a position paper writing day Sunday this week after school. Please let me know what day is best. I'm thinking either this Wednesday or Thursday after school. Thank you.
If any of you guys are looking for a fun summer job that pays more than minimum wage, you guys should become lifeguards. There's a lifeguard class at the pool where I work in March. It's from March 25th to April 2nd from 8 to 4 every Saturday and Sunday. You should see me if you want more information. Hey guys, so we went to Sacramento. JSA went to Sacramento for Winter Congress over the past weekend, and it was awesome. We brought home 5 golden gavels. So 2 were won by Helena, 2 by Tristan, and then also 1 by Sophie Rasmussen, and it was her first conference ever, And Sophie and Arjun managed to pass their bill through all four of the House meetings and Senate meetings. So they got their bill passed, which is awesome, especially because it was both of their first conference as well. So that just shows anyone can join JSA and be awesome at it, even if you're not sure, because it's a great organization. So yeah.
I work at the Carmel Youth Center, and we're looking for volunteers for the Pebble Beach AT&T Pro-Am. Whether you actually like golf or you're just there for celebrities, it's totally worth your while. I got to see Bill Murray, and it was like the highlight of my life. So talk to me or go to the Carmel Youth Center website for more information.
We still need percussionists. If you are interested, please talk to me. It is a small time commitment. You have to come early 3 times a cycle. And you can do this if you are in other music groups. Thank you.
Alright, so lacrosse season is starting soon, so girls lacrosse is going to be having a small meeting up at the lower field. You can meet the coach and hold a stick if you've never done that before.
And even if you've never played before, just come out and we'll teach you what you need to know. And returning players come too, so you can check in and we can see how many players we have.
Alright, thank you.
I know we haven't been doing this lately, but girls soccer had a game last Thursday against Anzar. It was away on a muddy field, and I wanted to give a special shout out to Catherine and Sid. If you've seen Catherine, she's on crutches. That happened after she scored all 3 of our goals. And yeah, I mentioned the muddy field. Sid was coated in mud before we even started the game. And she did amazing, so yeah. So far the poster competition has brought in a grand total of 0 submissions.
Right, so just a reminder, it closes on Friday, and you should turn them into Sunset.
It is for the California Youth March that we're planning for the beginning of June. We have posters, flyers around that you can go and look at. They're on all the boards and near some lockers. So if you want more information about that, you can come talk to us or you can look at the flyers. There is a $25 prize and it's for a really awesome cause. So
Yeah. All right.
get those submissions in.
What is the march for?
For anything, well, okay, so the Women's March in Washington was very big. Yeah. So, but this is more about Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ rights, women's reproductive rights, anything you're passionate about.
It's a platform for youth, for the
ideals of youth, and it is for youth activism so that people in our community can go out there and speak what they believe.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome.
I realized we didn't say what day it is. It's today at the lower field for lacrosse, so please come out.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you all a question. Who here has a brain? Raise your hand. A brain. Okay, who here has memories? Who has memories about any knowledge? Anybody? This is really sad. Okay. Anyways, if you're lying to me or you actually do have a brain and knowledge, you should all come to Quizable tomorrow in room 3 F. Wait, I already said tomorrow. Anyways, it's gonna be really fun. There's gonna be a bunch of useless trivia about Russian literature and something about trumpets that Adam is gonna answer. And then whoever is on Gonzo's team is gonna win. But it's gonna be fun. Come there tomorrow, room 3.
Tomorrow, swimmers, we have our first dry land, so bring your running shoes and your water bottles and your pain meds. We're going to be at Balance Fitness Therapy, so that's tomorrow.
Today, have lunch.
Chess club on Friday. For past birthdays, my parents have bought many things for me. They bought me countless toys and video games, like a DS Lite, Pokemon Pearl, a 3DS, a laptop, a remote control boat, a remote control airplane, and even a flight simulator. And they've thrown me birthday parties at places like a skating rink and a jumping around. Unlike another prolific member of our York community, however, I lost interest in my flight simulator. And they also tragically flew my RC airplane into a tree. But my parents seldom get gifts for their birthday. I had never thought of this before. One August day, 3 years ago, was my mother's birthday. I was in 7th grade then, back when the cup song was still a thing, and my parents were working that day, so only my older brother Aaron and I were home. My brother had a special plan for the day. It was a foggy day with gray sky and gray mist that grayed in the distance, and overall, it was a pretty gray-looking day. In other words, I was still in Pacific Grove. After another exhausting day at school, I slumped into my older brother's car, which used to be my parents' car, and he drove me to Safeway. His plan was to go there to buy a cake for my mom's birthday. He was taking advantage of my parents being gone again, but this time with good intentions. After we got to Safeway, we walked in, and we looked at the circular shelf with about 3 cakes to choose from. My older brother asked me, which one looks best? I pointed at this pink, white, and brown one that looked most mouth-watering and said that one. So we picked it up. At the checkout, the lady said, "That looks so good, who are you buying it for?" Then my older brother said, "Oh, it's for Mom's birthday." "That's so sweet of you guys. Oh my God, it looks so good. I wish I could read that right now." So then she started talking to someone else, and we took the cake to the car, and we started driving home. After we got home, we hid the cake in the refrigerator before our parents returned. I then went to my desk and did what I usually do, which is pretend to do homework. At dinner, we ate a great homemade meal, courtesy of my mom and dad, who had just returned from work. Right before we finished, my parents said it was okay if we didn't have cake, because it was still a great day, even for a birthday. And besides, my mom didn't like how these days cakes were a little bit too sweet and too rich. However, I sensed a slight bit of resignation from both of my parents. So then my older brother and I looked at each other, and we pointed at our parents and said, "Wait a second." We had been waiting for this moment the entire time. My parents looked a little confused, though. So then we led them over to the refrigerator, and we took out the cake. My mother turned from confused to overjoyed that we had finally bought her something for her birthday. And we promptly produced a cake slicer and increased our caloric intake by about 250 calories that day. After that day, I thought about what my brother had done. I thought about how my mother had looked so happy, even though she isn't actually the biggest fan of cake. She probably would have been glad, even if she had hidden a cactus inside the refrigerator. So I learned that day that it's not the things in life that matter, it's the people and what they do that count.
We have 53 students among you who are signed up to take this challenging math test tomorrow morning. It is the AMC exam. Those of you participating, the theater will be open at 8, and I would encourage you to get there as soon after that as you can, so that we can get you all ready to go for the 8:30 start. Please be no later than 8:15. At 8:30, when the exam starts, we will lock the door, and if you arrive after that, you should go to class and not take the test. Other things to remember, there are no digital devices allowed in the theater, so please leave your cell phones and calculators and smartwatches and whatever else outside in your locker. And please bring a number 2 pencil. If you would like to bring, you may, and I will have some there, protractors, rulers, graphing paper, scratch paper. Not a lot of use on this exam, but they'll be there if you need them, but no digital devices. So looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow morning in the theater. Thank you.
Softball. We're meeting today in room 3 during health and fitness. Be there.
Speaking of challenging math exams, Saturday was the regional math counts competition. It is an organization that is sponsored by companies like Raytheon and the U.S. Department of Defense and the National Society of Professional Engineers in order to encourage middle school students to enjoy math and become engineers. There were, in our region, the Monterey Bay region, 61 of the top math students from around the area, and York was very ably represented by Arnold Fleshman, who not only did a great job, but also actually came in second in the countdown round and second in the individuals out of those 61, and will represent York at the state math counts competition as well.
Betsy, anything else? Persistence. I like this persistence. Just a quick reminder that sophomores were meeting today in the chapel. Course planning for junior year. Miss Masson and I will be here. We look forward to seeing you at 3 o'clock. I know that there are those of you involved in the winter play have a conflict. I appreciate you acting like you are concerned about not being able to be here. And we will stage a separate event for you, and we will dialogue about the courses that you'd like to take for next year. Thanks. All right, tomorrow all day, we have a representative from CIEE on campus. Kelly Britt will be here with one of her colleagues to talk about the fabulous trips available to York students and the scholarships that are available to any York student, all York students that apply.
for summer 2017. So they will be here on campus, available to you at lunch and during tutorial and after school. Lunch in the Commons, okay? In room 8. And the application deadline is February 15th. So they'll be here to help you with applications if you've already started and you'd like to finish it, or if you'd like to start fresh tomorrow. Thank you.
Go to class.